Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the first lecture of English 2 for media. This is your instructor, Hiba Adil. Okay, today we're going to start with the first lecture with Unit 1 entitled with Newspaper, and we're going to cover the first point, which is writing headlines.
So, first of all, I need you to tell me, what is a headline? Can you guess the meaning of the word headline? Well, simply, a headline is a title of a newspaper article and it's printed above the article. I think it's easy to understand, right? So, now I need you to take a second and try to tell me, why is it important or useful for you to study the language of newspaper headlines in English? Is it even important? Why do we have to do it? Well, headlines are important because they persuade potential customers to buy a newspaper, help readers decide which stories to read, and help define the style and personality of the newspaper.
Okay, this is an exercise. I need you to read these headlines and try to think what's the real meaning behind each one of them. And you can see that understanding headlines in foreign language can be difficult. So, as I told you before, look at these headlines in exercise 1C from 1 to 8 and decide what you think each story is about. I will leave you 4 minutes or 2 minutes to read these headlines. Okay, now we need to match the headlines from 1 to 8 to their everyday English equivalents from A to H. 1. Paris prop proves palace innocent. Love's labours lost. Number 3. Choose that girl. Mad jets to Africa to adopt girl. Number 4. US school on climate change. Number 5. Weeping mom demands teenage killer thug. Number 6. Family's pet dog butchered. Number 7. Comedian rapped over slang word by TV watchdog. Number 8. Government to axe 3,500 post offices. Now we're going to read the English equivalents. Number A. The government is going to close 3,500 post office. The US government is not keen on a new environment policy. Number C. A family dog has been brutally killed. Number D. An investigation into Princess Diana's death shows the British royal family were not involved. Number E. Labour's Prime Minister and Chancellor of the Exchequer do not agree on government policies. Number F. A popular comedian who pretends to be rapper is in trouble with Independent Television Commission for using offensive words on TV. G. The singer Madonna has flown to Africa to adopt child. A mother refuses to forgive the people who killed her daughter. Now we need to think about every title with its everyday English equivalent. Let's take number 1. Paris prop proves palace innocent. Okay. Prop means investigation, and palace innocent, it's about the accident of Princess Diana. So number 1 is with D. Paris prop proves palace innocent means an investigation into Princess Diana's death shows the British royal family were not involved. Number 2. Choose that girl. Madge jets to Africa to adopt a child. Number 2, loves Labour's lost. This title will match number E. Labour's Prime Minister and Chancellor of the Exchequer do not agree on government policies. Labour's lost. Okay. Number 3, choose that girl. Madge jets to Africa to adopt a child. Jets means to fly, to travel. And Madge, it's Madonna. So, number 3 matches or is going with number D. The singer Madonna has flown to Africa to adopt a child. So, jets means flown. US school on climate change. It's with B. The US government is not keen on a new environment policy. And here keen means enthusiastic. Number 5, weeping mom demands teenage thug. This will go with H. A mother refuses to forgive the people who killed her daughter. Okay. Number 6, family's pet dog butchered. Butchered means killed or horribly killed. So number 6 will go with C. A family dog has been brutally killed. Comedian rapped over slang word by TV watchdog. Number C is going with F. A popular comedian who pretends to be a rapper is in trouble with Independent Television Commission for using offensive words on TV. And finally, number 8, government is to axe 3,500 post offices. Here, axe means to close down. So, number 8 will go with A. The government is going to close 3,500 post offices. Let's move on to the next slide. Here you will find the answers of the previous exercise, and I need you to focus on the verbs and how everyday language meant to these verbs. Like prop means to investigate, loves, labors, lost, how he is not agree with on government policy, choose that girl, jets means to fly, and number 4, US school climate change, which is the US government is keen or enthusiastic about a new environment policy, climate change, environment policy. Pay attention to these words and what they mean. Weeping mom demands teenage killer thug. Killer thug, thug means killer or slugger. So it will go with a mother refuses to forgive the people who killed her daughter. Family pet, or number 6, we will find the verb butchered. Butchered means brutally killed or horribly killed. And comedian rapped over slang by TV Watchdog. Watchdog, they are the Independent Television Commission. Government to acts. To acts means to close. This is very important, and you need to focus on these words and their meaning.
Well, now we're going to read some headlines and we're going to discuss some questions that are related to it. Number one headline is Paris proves Palace innocent. Love's labors lost. Choose that girl. Mage jets to Africa to adopt a girl. U.S. school on climate change. Weeping mom demands teenage killer thug. Family's pet dog butchered. Comedian rapped over slang word by TV watchdog. Government to axe 3,500 post office. Now the questions we're going to discuss are: which of the following headlines got your interest and why? I need you to think of this question. Which headlines would you put on the front page of the newspaper? And of course you have to explain your choices. And if you are the editor of a popular daily, which would be your lead story, which lead story means, of course, the important story of the day. And I need you to explain your choice, and you're going to answer these questions as an assignment, and later you're going to attach your answers to my email. Now we're going to look at the same headlines as you see, and we're going to answer these questions. Take a second, read them again, and come back to answer the questions. Are you done? Okay. The first question, we need to know which of the following kinds of words are omitted from the headlines. Which of the following kinds of a word are omitted from the headlines? Articles, auxiliary verbs, main verbs, noun, and pronouns. Again, which are the following kinds of words are omitted from the headlines? Okay, question number 2. Which of the following verb forms are used? To plus the infinitive, present simple, past simple, or past participle? We'll think of it and try to get the answer. Which of the following verb forms are used? To plus the infinitive, present simple, past simple, or past participle? Okay, question number 3. Which of the following are used? Abbreviations, commas, full stops, exclamation marks. Which of the following are used? Did we use abbreviations, commas, full stop, exclamation marks? Okay, try to mention. Now, in writing headlines, I need you to take a look at this sentence, which is the 3 people have been killed in a terrible shop fire. 3 people have been killed in a terrible shop fire. If I want to make a headline from this sentence, what would it be? Can you guess it? Alright. Terrible shop fire killed 3. The headline of this sentence would be terrible shop fire killed 3. Okay, what are the changes did we do in here? Well, articles, prepositions, and one noun have been omitted, as you can see. We changed the passive to active, the present perfect to present simple, and we changed the word to numeral, the word 3. We changed it from being written from letters into numbers. Okay.
Again, in writing headlines, I need to make a headline from this sentence. The Boston Red Sox humiliated Toronto Blue Jays, who lost 8-0. The Boston Red Sox humiliate Toronto Blue Jays who lost 3-0. Now I need you to guess what or how we can do a headline from this sentence. And this is very important exercise, how to make a headline from a sentence. Pay attention to this exercise, please. Can you guess it? Okay. Okay, this is the headline from this sentence. Boston Red Sox humiliate Toronto Blue Jays 3-8-0. We need to guess what kinds of changes that we made. First of all, we omit relative pronoun and verbs. Who, this is your relative pronoun, we omitted, and we omitted also some verbs like lost. Another thing, we changed the present perfect to present simple, and this is something you need to focus on. We change from present perfect to present simple. Okay, another sentence, we need to make a headline from it. Another sentence, police mistakes have led to 183 crimes not being detected. Let's guess how we can make a title from this sentence. Of course, you will change some tenses and you will omit some words from this sentence. This is your headline. Police mistakes, colons, 183 crimes not detected. Let's see our changes. We omit verb and auxiliary verb, and we put punctuations. Another, or this is your last sentence to write a headline. A judge has sentenced a lottery winner to jail for a bank robbery. Again, we need to think of the headline. Lottery winner jailed for robbery. A lot of changes. We omit the subject, a judge, and articles also, and we change from active voice to a passive voice. This is your changes or the changes that we can make. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, now this is another exercise. We're going to see, or we're going to have some sentences, and we need to turn them into headlines. Number 1. A very rare breed of bird has returned to the United Kingdom after more than 400 years. Think about it. Of course, you will change some things like omit words and verbs, and also change the tense. How can we make a headline from this sentence? Okay, it will be rare birds return to UK after 400 years. So we omit some words and we changed the tense. Number 2, a drunk driver caused an accident on Route 95, which resulted in 2 people being killed. Of course, many things will be omitted. How can we make it? Yeah, drunk driver kills 2. We changed a lot of things and we omit a lot of things. Number 3, the Australian Prime Minister is going to open a new hospital in Melbourne. Our headline can be Australian PM to open hospital in Melbourne. Let's move on to the next slide.
Now we're going to talk about some grammatical features that are related to writing headlines. Okay, first of all, omission of articles that like and the, pronouns and auxiliary verbs. These things should be omitted, like I, his, and be, and also like, for example, fans are angry after a 5-0 defeat. Okay. Number 2, use of past participle instead of passive. When you need to use passive, change it into a past participle. Like when you say priceless stolen. Number 3, use of present simple for past and present events, like man attacks neighbor after noisy party. We can say it also as a man attacked or has attacked his neighbor. Number 4, use of infinitive for future plans and prediction. When we have future plans and predictions, we use the infinitive form, like the TV's due to start in Hollywood. All right. Number 5, strings of nouns instead of relative clauses. For example, jailbreak father held again after kid visit. It equals a father who broke out of jail in order to visit his child is being held by police. Can you see the differences? Okay. Number 6, limited use of punctuations, dashes, question marks, apostrophe, and colons may be used to introduce a topic. Number 7, commas and full stops can't be used. And number 8, unusual use of prepositions like in, for, as, we can use instead while, over, because of, and, so, by, and so on. And in order to make sure that you have understood the previous explanation, please look at the following sentences which have been turned into headlines, and as an assignment you will make a list of what changes have been made to turn them into headlines. Now we're going to discuss some language divides related to writing newspaper headlines. Number 1, play on words, like the words with than, one, more meaning. Like, for example, comedian raped over slang words by TV watchdog. To rap means to criticize somebody formally. It means also to perform a rap audition or something. So here we have play on words. The word we used is rap. It could be used as criticizing someone of doing something in a formal way, or to like sing a rap song or something. The second language device, as you can see, is cultural references. As you can see, for example, Love's Labour's Lost, the name of a play by Shakespeare. We used the name of a well-known play by Shakespeare, and we used it as a title of our article. Number 3, alliteration. Do you remember alliteration? We have explained it before, which is the use of the same sound or sounds, especially consonants, at the beginning of several words that are close together. Like when we say, Paris, prob, proves, palace, innocent. Paris, prob, proves, palace. These 4 words start with a consonant pa, so this means we have an alliteration here in the sentence. The fourth language device we have is the use of emphatic language, which are words which have strong effect, like when we say, weeping mom demands teenage killer thug, or the government to act 3,500 something. Well, these words are really strong and leave a strong effect on whoever reads them.
Okay, let's move on to another point. We need to know what is tabloid press. The tabloid press is a kind of press that uses words that are not common in everyday English. This is a tabloid press. Here is an exercise. Match each of the underlined tabloid words in these sentences from 1 to 5 to their meanings from A to E. Number 1. Guilty pupil vows to return stolen exam papers. We need to know the tabloid word or the tabloid verb vow means. What does it mean? Husband and wife row keeps neighbors awake. Number 3. Government blunder 1 million taxpayers' personal details lost. Number 4. Voters fury at election results. Number 5. Police quiz man over Greenwood Bank robbery. So we need to know the meaning of vows, row, blunder, fury, and quiz. On the right side, we have the meanings: a mistake, anger, to promise, to question, and finally an argument. Now think about the word or the verb vows. What does it mean? Vow means to promise. Number 2, husband and wife row keeps neighbors awake. This word means an argument. Number 3, government blunder. What does it mean, blunder? Blunder means a mistake. Number 4, fury. Voters fury. Fury means anger. Number 5, quiz. Here it's a verb. It means to question. Let's move on. This is your slide and this is your answers of the previous exercise.
Now we're going to discuss which language devices have been used in the following headlines and what each story might be about. So now I need you to take a second before answering any of these questions. Titanic disaster. New cruise ship has no customers. This is a. Cool. Play on words. Excellent. Number 2. European Union. To be or not to be. This is a. Cultural references. Very good. Number 3. Gorgeous George Clooney conquers Cannes. This is a. Alliteration. Very well. Number 4. Bomb carnage kills 1 and injures 26. Of course, emphatic language. Number 5. Space reality showed axed. Remember the word axed? This is a tabloid. Very well. And for this, I want to thank you all for being here. Please, for any questions, feel free to contact me by mail. Thank you so much.